Following David Hogg's lead, a group of anti-Second Amendment protesters conducted die-ins at offices across the Capitol. But they refused to pull their stunts in certain places. When asked why, they exposed their own stupidity. David Hogg disciples hosted die-ins at D.C. offices, but proved by their own words how pointless the stunts were. Photo credit: Barry Stock, Flickr; Zach Gibson, AFP; Getty Images; Gage Skidmore, Flickr. I've talked about the pointlessness of these die-ins before. We know that gun control stunts like marches, rallies, and protests accomplish nothing. They are only done to give the left-wing media content to spin. Their hope is to brainwash Americans into thinking guns are bad. But considering there are more guns in this country than people, I don't think they'll be successful. Despite this common-sense, anti-Second Amendment hacks have been conducting die-ins at these stupid events they lay down as if dead, as a form of protest. I'm not sure how being a human carpet is going to affect gun control. Kind of reminds of this, yeah, not a very effective means of protesting. Unless you want to get stepped on. But ever since David Hogg laid down on the floor of a Publix, people who hate our rights think it's a good idea. He may have been able to bully a private business into changing its donation policy, hurting numerous other causes, but I don't think this latest stunt is going to be as effective. Especially given their choice to die-in. Just in case there was any remaining doubt that the March for Our Lives isn't purely political. Source: Twitchy. Pro-gun control activists hosting their die-in in front of the Capitol. Pic.twitter.com/Ayakursk. Julio Roses, at Julio Roses 11, June 12, 2018. They are now doing a die-in in Sen. Ted Cruz's office. Pic.twitter.com/XHQG6JizJim. Julio Roses, at Julio Roses 11, June 12, 2018. Lol, that's right. The pro-gun control group was camping out in Texas Senator Ted Cruz's office. Did they really think Cruz, of all people, would change his mind about gun rights? He's from Texas, darlings. That's like asking Colonel Sanders to stop serving fried chicken. What's really amazing, he wasn't even there. They are now chanting, "Where's Ted?" The office staffers say he's not in right now. Pic.twitter.com/4pazip6nz. Julio Roses, at Julio Roses 11, June 12, 2018. How disrespectful and stupid do you have to be to die-in at a man's office? They hoped Cruz would be there so they could disrupt his day. It had nothing to do with convincing him to change his stance on gun rights. That's never going to happen, obviously. It was only about sticking a figurative middle finger in a conservative space. Want more proof? Here ya go. Think any one of them will be heading to a Dem office? https://t.co/freebtvivat5jt. Mujahid, at CubbyJ. June 12, 2018. Asked March for Our Lives leader Matt Deitch if they would host a die-in at the Broward Sheriff's Office. He said no. I think there are things we can do at the federal level that would never make any of those lesser people responsible for something like the Parkland shooting. Pic.twitter.com/cxa2kcht. Julio Roses, at Julio Roses 11, June 12, 2018. Of course, because the real PPL responsible for all of this are law-abiding gun owners. In Texas, https://t.co/wivsis-r04r9. Mujahid, at CubbyJ. June 12, 2018. I've read the response from the protest leader several times. I still can't make out what the heck he meant. Did he say the Broward sheriffs weren't responsible for the Parkland shooting, but the federal government was? And here I thought it was a lone gunman who shot up that school. I guess it was Texas's Ted Cruz's fault. It's amazing how liberals refuse to put the blame where it belongs. The real killer of the Parkland shooting is behind bars. He will probably spend the rest of his life in jail. Justice will be done. Yet these protesters want to blame Congress for the actions of a crazy, evil, young man. At least protesting at the Broward Sheriff's Office would make sense. Those pathetic excuses for cops refused to intervene as students were dying. They even denied paramedics access to the campus, allowing more students to die who could have been saved. But since when have Democrats cared about results? This is all just a stunt by stupid people who want attention. So they're not holding the people who are directly responsible for the failures to prevent the shooting responsible? Then they don't actually care about preventing another one. They're just grandstanding, plain and simple. United States Jimmy Fresh United States at Millennia Mind June 12, 2018 Always remember this, gun control activists don't care about victims of gun violence. In fact, they want more victims, so they can push their agenda. Whenever a law-abiding citizen stops a criminal with a gun, they are silent. They ignore the reality that an armed population is the best deterrent against crime and terrorism. They'd rather have us sitting ducks, letting the criminals have their way. But at least there's a silver lining. I can't imagine lying on the floor is good for you. Maybe the resulting sickness they got from all the germs will teach them a lesson. Facebook has greatly reduced the distribution of our stories in our readers' news feeds and is instead promoting mainstream media sources. When you share on social media, however, you greatly help distribute our content. Please take a moment and consider sharing this article with your friends and family. Thank you.